Ladies and gentlemen, my best wishes to all of you from our beautiful campus in Marbella today. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be watching from. I would like to start by thanking each and every one of you for your understanding, support, and flexibility in understanding the way in which we are celebrating your achievements today. It is Roches Marbella's great honor to welcome you, parents, family, friends, and faculty of our graduates that are around the world to our very first virtual graduation ceremony. While we must be physically distant at this moment of celebration, rest assured that the spirit of La Roche community is closer and stronger than ever. The graduation ceremony today will be presented by Mr. Carlos Diez de la Lastra, our CEO and General Director of La Roche Marbella, and Mr. John Loity, Graduate Program Manager and Lecturer in Human Resources of La Roche Marbella, who will be speaking on behalf of our faculty. We also have the honor of welcoming Ms. Ángeles Muñoz, Mayor of the Marbella Town Hall, who will share a few words with our graduates. Delivering today's opening speech, it's our great pleasure to have with us Mr. Richard Breckelmans, Vice President Southern Europe of Marriott International, who will be delivering today's opening speech. During today's ceremony, we will also share with you some heartwarming words from our faculty that have been dedicated especially to you, our graduates. Join us today as we witness the presentation of our awards to the 33rd class of the Bachelor of Administration in Hotel Management. One of La Roche Marbella's unique values is without a doubt its multicultural richness and international environment. During last year, we have welcomed students from over 90 different countries. This year's graduates maintain their internationality as they come from 37 different countries. Today in our graduation, we are welcoming students from Albania, Algeria, Andorra, Bolivia, Bulgaria, Costa Rica, Cyprus, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Grenada, India, Islamic Republic of Iran, Italy, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Republic of Korea, Lebanon, Mexico, Montenegro, Netherlands, Peru, Poland, Portugal, Russian Federation, Serbia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, United Kingdom, and the United States. Os informo también que esta graduación, tiene una traducción simultánea. Si le dais al botón de Interpretation en vuestras pantallas, podéis escucharla en español. It has been an extraordinary year for La Roche students and staff. Let's take a look back at when the day stopped, the world stopped, and La Roche stood up. Welcome to the 56th closing ceremony of Roches Marbella. It is my great pleasure now to introduce you to Mr. Carlos Díez de la Lastra, Managing Director of Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education.
Ladies and gentlemen, and honored guests, dear students, this moment is a special moment of recognition, a special moment to celebrate. But more importantly, it is also a moment to look back and recognize the effort of all those who have helped you to reach this moment. First of all, we honor your parents and relatives, who are the pillars that always, in one way or another, will be supporting you throughout your life. But I'm sure you already know that. Secondly, to everyone who has been important in your experience and decisions, we must thank your friends, partners, and teachers. Allow me to dedicate a brief but sincere thank you to all the teachers who have helped you throughout your studies in Roches. Really, thank you. Our mission is to provide you with the highest quality of education for your professional career. But we also hope we can be able to reinforce your personal values such as humility, discipline, responsibility, and concern for the good of others. Please, don't forget that there are also important attributes for you as future leaders of an industry based on service and attention to people. This is something that this extraordinary situation due to the COVID pandemic has made even more evident. Commitment, emotional management, and the ability to handle situations of uncertainty with an entrepreneurial and innovative spirit will be key skills in your near future. It is true that the hospitality industry has especially suffered the impact of this crisis. But it is also true that a rapid recovery and promising projects are expected to arrive that will require especially qualified talent. Talent for which Roches is recognized worldwide. Please, when you are faced with new challenges, be courageous because the world only moves forward through courage. Be steadfast because only your constancy will give you control of your future. But also, don't forget to be humble because only humility will help you to respect yourself and respect others. From today, you have become lifelong members of the Roches Alumni Association, a strong professional and social network with over 13,000 professionals and managers working in over 100 countries. We encourage you to keep the links not only with the school and its faculty, but also with your classmates and alumni. Your actions and your sense of belonging will continue building up the reputation of your university. Your future success and challenges are still our concern. We have a great responsibility, making a positive difference in communities around the world. Education doesn't change the world. Education changes the people that will change the world. When our students succeed, countries prosper and societies benefit. Dear students, this is your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Díez de la Lastra, for your inspiring words. I now have the pleasure of introducing Ms. Ángeles Muñoz, Mayor of the Marbella Town Hall.
Quiero mandaros un cariñosísimo saludo. Como alcaldesa de Marbella es todo un honor volver a compartir con vosotros, aunque sea de esta manera, y espero que pronto podamos hacerlo de manera presencial, un día tan especial como es vuestra graduación. Después de muchas noches y muchos días seguro que estudiando y trabajando, por fin tenéis un título que acredita esa profesionalidad que una institución como Roches, donde se imparte, pues yo creo que la mejor clase dentro de lo que es el tema turístico, el tema hotelero, lo cual os va a servir para que en un futuro muy inmediato podáis desarrollar vuestras aspiraciones, tanto profesional como personal. Yo sé que habéis conocido Marbella, habéis vivido Marbella y habéis disfrutado Marbella. Ahora lo que os pedimos es que sobre todo seáis grandes embajadores de Marbella, ¿Quién mejor que vosotros para poder dar a conocer, allá donde vayáis, en todos los lugares del mundo, que una ciudad impresionante, con una magnífica calidad de vida, que lo tiene todo, también puede formar a grandes profesionales que son capaces de atraer a lo mejor del turismo a nuestra ciudad? Desde aquí nuevamente mi reconocimiento, Carlos, por ser un fantástico director, a ti, María José, a todos vosotros, a vuestros profesores. Yo creo que, como decía, Roches Marbella están íntimamente unidos. Yo creo que formamos un dúo perfecto para poder seguir dando grandísimos embajadores, grandes profesionales, muy buenos dentro del ámbito turístico, y ahora más que nunca os necesitamos. Así que espero que sean muchas las ocasiones, que o bien dentro del ámbito profesional o también personal y familiar os volvamos a ver muy pronto por aquí en Marbella. Tenéis vuestra casa, porque como tal os hemos entendido, así os acogemos y estoy convencido que así lo llevaréis en el corazón. Enhorabuena, muchísimas felicidades y que sea un día muy especial.
Thank you very much, Ms. Munoz, for taking some time today in addressing our graduates. It is a real pleasure for Le Roche to be as well a part of this great city, which is Marbella. I now have the pleasure of introducing Mr. John Loity, Graduate Program Manager and Human Resources Lecturer, who will speak on behalf of our Academic Director, Ms. María José Aparicio, as well as all of our faculty.
Dear students, authorities, families, and Le Roche community. Today I'm here representing the Academic Director, Ms. Aparicio, and also the BBA Program Manager, Ms. Otamendi, who cannot be here with us and to whom we all wish a prompt recovery. Graduating and post-graduating students. Today is a very special day for you and for your close ones. I still remember my graduation day. I still remember how I felt that day, how proud I was seeing my parents' eyes full of pride for their son's achievement. So yes, enjoy the moment and remember what your feelings are right now, as this will not be recorded in your videos and you will cherish them as you get older, as I'm doing right now. Tomorrow, when you get home and you get some time, when you start reflecting about your learning experience with us, you will realize that all you have learned, but also that your learning in the school is much more than just what you studied for your exams or projects. It's about what would you be able to do with that knowledge. Learning is something dynamic, where your education also comes from the culture, the spirit, and the relationship created around your programs. So over your programs, you covered many areas of knowledge. Think now about the great things that you will be able to do with that in your futures. Let's see some examples. For example, you studied and you now master the operational complexities of the business. But for us, it's important that tomorrow, besides your knowledge, you're able to look to the eyes and empathize with the employees of the hotel, because you've done the job before they've done it, so they understand, you understand their needs, you understand their emotions. You have also the data, financial, and marketing awareness to solidify the stability of your business and to increase the visibility and strength of the brands that you will be working with or the business that you are about to start up. But more important than that is that with those decisions that you will be making tomorrow, you somehow will be impacting in the lives and the dreams of the families that depend on those decisions that you will be making. You now believe that sustainability or managing people are more than just trends or fancy words, because you're now able to make an impact to people by taking the lead of bringing this industry closer to the community and loyal to our Mother Earth, creating your own way of life with your teams. You have played and understand the difficulties of teams under stress situations. You know very well that. But now, besides your knowledge and teams project, you are able to perceive that team members have different views, that you are not always right, or that there is people with different capacities to yours, but still efficient and dealing with frustration. You have also learned to cope with your personal and student life under extremely difficult circumstances. You have adapted, and life is about that, adapting and moving forward. So these statements comes to evidence that you have successfully achieved to overcome your educational challenges with us at Roches Marbella. And therefore, you have obtained your right to be in the pipeline to lead the hospitality industry of tomorrow. But the industry is expecting for your contribution for its transformation and change to a new industry. An industry that will be similar in essence to today's industry, but with enough differences as to require well-prepared leaders. Leaders who are ready to empower. Leaders that are ready to influence others through trust. Leaders who are ready to engage teams towards common goals. Leaders who are, in one word, here to create healthy working cultures. If you allow me to give you a last advice, I will encourage you to increase your self-reflection with constructive self-criticism, to look beyond your own interest, to better understand the context that you are living at, and therefore be able to empathize better with people and teams. I also encourage you to take the habit to think your day and your interactions with your teams, to think how you dealt with conflict and its consequences. I encourage you to embrace different generational needs and priorities. But most importantly, I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. There isn't any other way to grow and develop rather than assessing yourselves, understanding your strengths, and developing your weaknesses. In order to conclude, let me share my last words with you today. As I said earlier, we are living extremely difficult situations. Most of us have never lived a global and humanitarian crisis before. We had no experience, and this pressure to the unknown, to the fear, to the pain, and to the anxiety for normality has challenged all of us to the limit of our capacities and emotions. It's at this particular time that I would like to take the opportunity to send to the entire Le Roche community, and particular to faculty, a huge thank you. For us, it has been a tremendous challenge that only could have been overcome with the team spirit and collaboration that this situation required. As any other industry, we have also suffered in firsthand the horror of this pandemic situation, with a tremendous lockdown, huge family balance issues, close family member losses, personal situations that most of us has lived and never experienced before. We all had to adapt to the new changing circumstances every day with the unknown certainty of tomorrow. Occasionally unable to answer the students' questions or demands as they were impossible to predict. But yes, we can say something out loud. We have been there from day one. We have been there, teachers, service, kitchen, and all faculty and school institutions have always been there. And that shows our immense capacity as an organization and as a team to look after and to educate you, students, to a very high standards, regardless the context we are living on. To conclude, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having chosen us for your education. And remember that you are just closing one step of your careers, but learning and education will never end. Thank you very much for your attention, and never stop following your dreams.
Good afternoon, dear graduates. For those postgraduates and for those masters, I say good afternoon. For those BBA students, I would like to repeat those words that echo in the marché. Good morning, class. So much has gone past. For some of you, it's been 3 years. For some of you, it's been a year. And for others, perhaps shorter. But one thing for sure, you have all shared the same experience in over the last 1 year. The crisis has brought us all together in a negative and in a positive way. I like to think of all the positive things. The moment that all of you shared in your houses, where you can't get out, but you shared a common value. Those of you that has to travel from one place to another wearing a face mask, not knowing when to be able to breathe, or who's watching you wearing it or not wearing it. But to go back before the pandemic and to think of the first years as we were here before all this struck, so many great happy occasions. From the good morning class in the marché, from the hello and welcome to Roches Marbella, the way of life, to all the PGs and all the master students. And as sometimes I say this to masters of disasters, not at all, it's just a fun. For those that share the moments with me every morning, I just want to say that time goes past so fast. Everything passed you in such a speed that you don't even realize what you've done, what you've achieved, how much you've grown, how much you've matured. So just for today, take a moment. Think, really take a moment. Close your eyes and think how much you've come through. From BBA 1 to now BBA 7, from masters that first arrived not knowing what a knife is or how to hold a knife and fork properly. From the PG students, be it hip don't lie, or non-hip, but all of you had the same journey, experiencing Les Roches. Les Roches is not a school, Les Roches is way of life. And I have a little something I want to share with you, but I can't speak it out loud because it's a whisper. And a whisper has to be told inside the ear. So I'm going to come a little bit close to you. I'm going to whisper something in your ear for you to always remember me by. So I'm going to come close and listen. Please listen very carefully. I hope you heard that, or rather, I hope you read that. Above all, ladies and gentlemen, be humble and be an ethical leader in the future. Be our guide, be our new generations to teach the generation is yet to come. Thank you. A big virtual, unforgiving and unforgivable hug from all of us here. All the best. Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations, this is a very special day for you, so congratulations to all of you, you have done it. This is a very special day for you, for your family, for your friends, so enjoy this very special day for you. And of course, in this future, within the next following months, or within the next following years, Les Roches, as a family, will be with you for whatever you need. So please enjoy this very special day and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gibet and Mr. Santin, for your great words. And ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned because there are a few more words from our beloved faculty as we move along with the ceremony. Today's closing ceremony is without a doubt a celebration, as it is a special day of recognition to our students amongst family and friends. And we would like to take today's joyous occasion to recognize people that have made outstanding and significant contributions to our community and to the industry through the Roches Marbella Awards. The first award today is the Social Responsibility Award. Roches Marbella shapes the leaders of tomorrow by taking responsibility towards people and the environment. We firmly believe that the international hospitality and tourism industry is perfectly situated to become the economic catalyst that will elevate disadvantaged populations around the world. Roches Marbella strives to be a social responsible school. This award recognizes the work undertaken by members of our society that strive to support and act in favor of people with different capability needs or causes through altruist and selfless acts. We are honored and very proud to acknowledge today 2 students that have been leading the Roches Marbella Sustainability Club in the past years and are a significant contribution to one of our key objectives as a global hospitality institution, to prepare professionals whose future success will also serve to make this place a better world. This year's Roches Marbella Social Responsibility Award goes to Monique Brandao and Mariam El-Basir. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you, Les Roches, firstly, for assigning us roommates in BBA1. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It has shown us that making a difference is possible. We were able to fill a void that was very difficult to get rid of and to kickstart our quest of living a life with purpose. Our friendship, our knowledge, our backgrounds, our experiences, and our voices have all enabled us to fulfill our passion, and that is to live a life in aid of others. We discovered that being an example and encouraging people to do good with you actually works, and more people are actually very willing to lend a helping hand when you ask.
True, and we also learn here that if you want to see a difference in the world, you have to be that difference. It's not about the scale of the impact that you're doing, but about your intentions, even in the smallest actions. We'd also like to thank a few individuals here in school that has helped us throughout our journey a lot. Ms. Macri, Ms. Becerra, Ms. Del Olmo, and Mr. Gibbet. Thank you so much for all your support. As much as you could, because we know that some of our ideas were a bit out of ordinary. We are very grateful for all your help. And finally, to all of our friends that have been a great support throughout this whole journey. We're very grateful for everything and for all the opportunities that we have received here in La Roche. Thank you.
We're very humbled by this award. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Monique and Mariam, for your words and for everything that you have done. Today, we are also celebrating all the staff and faculty that have accompanied you throughout your times at Roches Marbella. Today is a very motivating day and satisfying day for all of us, because your achievement is also the result of our dedication to you. By celebrating staff and faculty, we are delighted to present the Mentor Award. This Mentor Award, in this occasion today, recognizes someone that has had a significant impact on the lives of our current and past students and staff and faculty of Roches Marbella community. She has been a tremendous support for faculty in the digital transformation, organizing valuable sessions in challenging times. She provided continuous development for faculty and students on new digital tools with student experience as a top priority. She is currently leading the La Roche Spark Innovation Hub, as she has devoted innovation and startup incubation. On a personal note, she has an impressive record of attending live rock concerts wherever it is around the world, and she also likes to put her thoughts together with her cats as she writes different books. You may actually find her on Instagram through Unusual Marketeer. We are proud of her accomplishments, and of all her contributions for the past 9 years that she has been working here at Roches Marbella. We are honored to present the Staff Mentor Award to Ms. Susana Garrido as a token of our sincere appreciation for her contribution and dedication to high standards of work. Congratulations, Susana. And we now continue with some heartwarming words from our faculty, Mr. Carlos Tea and Mr. John Ryan. Enjoy.
Hi guys, congratulations, it's your graduation day. It's finally got here. It's a different kind of a day, but then again I suppose it's been a different kind of a semester. It is, hopefully you guys will be the only people who have to graduate in this form, but the one thing that we can always take as a consolation is what you guys have endured for the last year has been a huge testament to you. You've learned to work on your own, collaborate on your own, study on your own. And while it has been difficult, you've learned a lot about yourselves, a lot about your colleagues, and you are now in a position to address this should this situation arise at any point again in the future. So very, very, very well done. You should be very proud. The other side is, I suppose, you could also be you could also make the most of this situation, that perhaps you're even sitting there at the moment enjoying your celebratory glass of champagne before the graduation or the speeches are even over. And if so, guys, cheers, congratulations, well done. Unfortunately, I can't join you just yet. I'm in a 2-hour session. I'm in a 9-hour session, an hour 2 out of it. So the one thing that occurs to me when I talk about that is, if you're ever having a bad day, guys, just bear in mind that the students I have this week, I've got 35 hours of statistics and finance with me. So just think of that. And the next time you're having a bad day, it might make your day just seem a little bit better. Anyway, guys, today's your day. Enjoy it. Congratulations and well done.
Dear students, congratulations. That was a genuine, real honor to meet each one of you. And it was amazing to see you studying, doing Tony's videos. So keep working, don't stop, and go on. Take care.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan and Mr. Thea, for your words. The next award is the Way of Life Award. Roches Marbella is not just a school, it's a way of life, a spirit that animates daily your life in Marbella, the spirit of teamwork, the spirit of solidarity, and the spirit of service. The following award recognizes students who have portrayed the essential values of our school through the spirit and soul that drives our actions in terms of teamwork, the individual commitment to group efforts through solidarity, the delivery of service with passion and excellence. The recipient of today's award has not only achieved excellent academic results, but also has been a model towards the rest of his colleagues. His overall enthusiasm and willingness to work is not only an asset to his performance, but also to the school. Responsible, dedicated, with a high level of perseverance and professionalism, and a distinguished member of our ambassador program, portraying all the values expected for the hospitality student. From his blonde hair in the summer program to leading the greenhouse as its captain, it is our great pleasure to deliver this year's Way of Life Award to Mr. Oscar Wright. Congratulations, Oscar. It's a real privilege to give you this award. It is an honor today to present our next guest, who will deliver the commencement speech for the Spring 2021 closing ceremony of Roches Marbella. He is a seasoned hospitality leader whose career began 30 years ago, very much like yours, by studying in a hotel management school in the Netherlands. Since then, he has made a significant impact on the hotel industry, holding leadership roles with Le Méridien, with Starwood, with Starwood Hotels Worldwide, with W Barcelona, and with Marriott International. Today, this seasoned professional is the Area Vice President for Southern Europe for Marriott International. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today from the beautiful W Hotel in Barcelona, please welcome Mr. Richard Breckelmans, who will deliver today's opening speech to our graduating students.
Welcome to this virtual graduation. Firstly and mostly to the soon-to-be graduates, of course their families, and the board and entire team of La Roche International School of Hotel Management. Thank you for the opportunity for me to speak a few words on this important day to the future graduates. Marriott, and particularly some of our iconic hotels, have a long and mutually beneficial relationship with La Roche, and many graduates of La Roche are in the midst of an exciting career in Marriott International. 2020 was a year like no other. The global pandemic has impacted the travel industry in ways we have never foreseen. However, you only need to speak to friends and family to see there is a huge pent-up demand for travel. This past summer, in the brief window where Europeans could travel again, we saw a significant increase in last-minute spontaneous travel plans. Fundamentally, people want to connect and people want to travel, despite the challenges we face. Over the past year, so many live events have been postponed. Weddings, vacations, anniversaries, and there's no virtual replacement for these type of events. The good news, especially for the Spanish market, is that it has a high proportion of leisure travel. This gives us confidence that when restrictions lift and the vaccines are rolled out, there will be a rush to book holidays and breaks. We expect business travel to start recovering from September onwards and are in good hope that companies will prudently start booking national and regional meetings and conferences again. Although our industry, the airline industry and retail, are amongst the hardest hit, many of our core customers, such as consultancies, pharmaceutical and technological companies, are actually doing well. And as soon as it's safe to travel, they will want to continue their expansions, incentive programs, and meet their customers face to face. Some predict virtual meetings are here to stay. And although it might take 2 to 3 more years to get back to pre-pandemic corporate travel levels, I am positive people will want to travel more as ever before. And our industry will get out stronger on the other side. And your career opportunities will flourish along with it. A career in the marvelous world of hospitality can be very rewarding. If words like ambition, trust, cooperation, empathy and perspective really mean something to you, you have chosen the right industry. I would like to share my top 10 thoughts about how to be a successful leader in the hospitality industry, and I guess any industry as a matter of fact. I hope one or the other will stick with you when you embark on your career. Number 1, be a coach. You get promoted because you are good in what you do. When you move up the ladder, you need to learn to transition from managing to leading. You will become responsible for the people who do the job, rather as for the job itself. You don't need to be better at it than them. Being a successful leader is all about getting the best possible team and getting the most out of them. Learn how to juggle. Anyone can keep one ball in the air. Most can keep 2. But when you move up the ranks, you need to learn to juggle. It takes real talent to manage 3 competing priorities, which in the hotel business boils down to financial results, guest satisfaction and employee morale. You will need to be exceptional at all 3. Number 3, show ambition. True, times have changed and in my point of view for the good. It's not all about coming in first and leaving the office last every single day anymore. A balanced lifestyle is great. However, if you want to advance, it can't be all about Monday, Friday, 9 to 5 either. If that becomes an objective by itself, it might come in the way of your career. There will be a decisive moment in your career, and recognize those moments when you have to excel is critical. 4. Run your business from the inside out. The end game is profit. That is why we are in business and why owners hire us to manage their hotels. Don't ever get confused about this, but profit can only come through revenue, and repeat guest and pricing power can only come through a superior guest experience. And a great guest experience can only be created by excited, passionate employees who care intensely about what they do and buy into the brand values they represent. So start on the inside. Focus a lot of your time on your employees, teamwork, morale, and creating energy and enthusiasm. A famous quote from Bill Merritt is still as true as ever. Take care of your people, they will take care of your customers, and then profit will take care of itself. Number 5, be a pain in the butt. Push people higher and higher, don't accept excuses. Everyone is good at coming up with reasons or excuses. We need a renovation, our rooms are too small, their location is better, they have more suites, we are a unionized hotel, a bunch of crap. Winners don't make excuses and they never are the victim. They overcome. However, the real trick is being a pain in the butt that people actually like. All good relationships are built on trust, and in general, we don't really trust people we don't like. Number 6, don't accept mediocrity. Steve Jobs said, A players only want to be around their own kind. B players are okay with compromise and will hire C players, and then you're in trouble. Be relentless about talent. Don't celebrate mediocrity. Number 7, don't sugarcoat the truth. Become good at handling tough situations and communication clearly, direct and transparent. You shouldn't feel good or make your team feel good when you aren't achieving. You're paid to deliver results. Don't confuse effort with results. Number 8, innovate and steal others' ideas. Showcase an entrepreneurial mindset. Maintaining the status quo gets you nowhere. However, don't forget, execution is everything. Execution is what makes people successful. Number 9, become exceptional at recognition. Genuinely say thank you and appreciate people. Block time each week to handwrite personal thank you notes, congratulation cards for promotions or personal events. Celebrate great accomplishments. And number 10, last but not least, keep a sense of humor. Work should be intense, competitive, challenging, but fun. You won't be successful if you don't enjoy what you are doing, and when people don't enjoy being around you. So I wish you all a very exciting, enriching and rewarding career. Have fun out there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Breckelmans. It seems like you have a better weather in Barcelona than in Marbella today. Thank you very much for your kind and inspiring words. We would like to take this opportunity to send our heartfelt condolences to the entire Marriott family worldwide, as they mourn the recent loss of their CEO, Mr. Arne Sorensen. Our thoughts and deepest sympathies are with all of you. Joining me now is Ms. Teresa Serra, BBA 7 Program Coordinator and Senior Lecturer in Economics and BBA Dissertation Coordinator, who will begin the presentation of awards to the Roches Marbella 33rd class of the Bachelor in Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management, whose closing ceremony we are celebrating today.
Welcome to the delivery of awards and credentials for the 33rd class Bachelor of Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management. Congratulations to all students graduating with pass, merit and distinction, and a special congratulations to those students graduating with honors after undertaking their dissertations. Daria Abaskina, Dalia Adikaeva, Charles Etienne Ismael Akdime, Damaris Ruth Aldeco Vázquez, Gabriela María Ancalmo Rodríguez, Alan Sara Anes, Arsan Arasov, Subhas Balakrishnan, Alberto Barrantes Barrantes, Catarina Bencon, Marc-Antoine Paul Vezonet, Raquel Bonifacio, Fadi Osama Bishara Bulos, Alisa Vikova, María Cabezudo Gómez Acebo, Teresa Casero López, María Alejandra Castañeda Arimani, Artur Cheskasin, Marco Daca, Simon Roger Félix Danilo, Monique de Castro Brandao, José Alfonso de Mateo Gómez, Samantha del Toro López, Garbi Dingra, Giovanni Di Biase,
Dear students, congratulations on your graduation day. Today marks both an ending and a beginning. It is warm memories of the past and big dreams for the future. Chase your dreams, never stop trying and never stop learning. Live life to the fullest and give it nothing but your best, putting all your passion in everything you do. I hope your dreams take you to the most special places your heart has ever known, and I wish you the best in this wonderful career you have chosen. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement and good luck in your future endeavors.
Matthews Francisco Díaz Almeida, Tamara Díaz Steger, Mario Doumar, María de los Ángeles Dubois Chicharro, Andrei Duric, Mariam El Basir, Dana Eldarova, Ana Julia Errázuriz Saona, Luis Fedulo, Pedro Fernández Ferraz, Ivana Melisa Fiest Núñez, Micael Gadjev, Ana Galindo León, María del Mar Gil Navarro, Julia Jiménez Olive, Anastasia Gladkova, Nelly Natnuk, Manolo González Pastrana, Lorena Granata, Anastasia Grebelskaya, Joaquín Gubao Fustero, Anastasia Gumenyuk, Georgi Hadife, Marian Hansa, Dafne Higueras Arce.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on your graduation from Roches. You have received the best hospitality education, and now the world is ready for your leadership and knowledge. Be brave, be bold, and achieve the goals you have set for yourselves. Good luck, and have fun in your personal and professional development.
Farah Mohamed Ibrahim, Kristina Kamskaya, Edona Kamaramanaga, Ekaterina Keigler, Zakaria Kane Behmadi, Anna Melnitskaya, Anastasia Kim, Luca Francisco Colt, Alexa Copper Bonilla, Saúl Enrique Lara Zaconeta, Jong Won Lee, Felix Levchuk, Anna Lee, Evgenia Makarova, Ruth Manrique de Lara Artiles, Carla Marrero Cabrera, Gersi Ana Matatia, Camila Alberta Megan Revis, Ricardo Melchiona, Nino Michelatze, Micael Vira Minder, Alejandro Mingo García, Alia Miniakmetova, Claudia Molinaris.
Graduation day is finally here, and I'm so happy to share the excitement of this day with you all. All the effort and commitment over the years has paid off, and now it's time to show the world all that you have to offer, which is not only knowledge, but attitude, passion, and so many values that your families and Le Roche has transmitted to you over the years. Congratulations.
Eugenia Morales Núñez, Esteban Moreno, Dhruv Nath, David Nazarian, Dilara Nokervekova, Jesús Nuño Fernández, Audrey Lenaik Marie Oller, Jenny María Orellana Berganza, Elisabeta Oschepkova, Anastasia Ostrosnaya, Tristan Bernat Sinfopamies, Jesús París Moure, Amir Reza Rahmani Fard, Berta Rodríguez González, Tulio Ruggilo, Mariana Samorais Cruzeiro Castro, Bruno Javier Sáenz Naranjo, Lina Said, Farin Nabil Abdo Saleh, Raúl Miguel Salgado Rodríguez, José María Sarabia Vega, Lara Smith Estel Marie Schoeb, Alexandra Semenikina, Guadalupe Serra Hospital,
My dearest ladies and gentlemen, finally, you've reached the end of the first of many long and winding roads of your career. A road that led you through many experiences, challenges, excitement, and possibly even soul-searching. So my words of encouragement to all of you are, stand firm and follow your beliefs. Walk tall with your knowledge and run like the wind to perceive your ambitions. Strive to become that hospitality professional through respect, innovation, integrity, and perseverance. So from myself and my whole culinary team, we wish you all the very best for your brightest future. Thank you for representing the Roches way of life. But most of all, thank you for being part of our lives.
Julia Serradas Romao, Chloé Solá García, Anna Solohub, Noah Simon Sebastian Strasser, Alexandra Shukareva, Islam Suleimanov, Claudia Stostak, Jacques-Yves Theriot Núñez, Maxence Marcel Brian Tissier, Ricardo Tomasi, Douglas Emil Thorne Pearson, Julia Maria Torniamenti, Thibaut Urban, Paula Uribe Donatiu, Cristina Varela Moreno, María Abad de Bacelar da Fonseca e Costa, João Paulo Baz Miranda Ribeiro da Silva, Sebastián Andrés Vincent Arellano, Joaquín Villanueva Sierra, Vladimira Vladimirova, Verónica Borobeca, Oscar Anthony Logans Wright, Henry Saimash, Paola Setterbeck Cárdenas, Ismael Sniver, Ana Zueiras Pons. Congratulations to everybody, well done, and all the best for the future. My best wishes.
Dear graduating BBA students, wherever you are, please stand up, take your tassel from the left side to the right. You are now officially graduates. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. It's really great to see over 340 of you on the Zoom call joining us today, and very happy for you. I now have the pleasure of introducing to you Ms. Mariam El Basir, Mr. Giovanni Di Biase, and Mr. Sebastián Andrés Vicenza Arellano, who will speak on behalf of the BBA students.
Family, friends, faculty, alumni, and the class of 2021, welcome. For the people that don't know me, my name is Giovanni Di Biase, and I'm here today because after a hard year like this one, I'm glad to say that we have made it and we are finally graduated. So from now on, you can call me Dr. Giovanni. Anyways, alumni, I'm here because you gave me the opportunity to speak on your behalf, and I am honored and grateful for this opportunity. But don't worry, I'm not here to make you emotional or make you cry. I think that's more Mariam's specialty, and you'll know what I'm talking about later. So for any other occasion, you know how I am. I will have tried to make this speech a bit funnier, but let's be honest, I cannot even hear your guys laugh, so what's the point? So I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone. We have reached the end of this journey and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of everyone around us. So first I'd like to thank the institution. I think that 3 years ago, no one would have thought that our graduation will be like this and that we wouldn't be screaming and clapping our hands to congratulate every single one of you. And I think this is the nice thing about this industry and about us, that we always find a way to adapt to these changing circumstances, and that's why I really want to thank the institution for organizing this event the best way possible. Then I would really like to thank my parents, our parents, the family, our financial sponsors for truly believing in us. Most of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the effort and willingness of our parents for always wanting what is best for us. No matter how much it costs, no matter how much sacrifice they need to put in, they will always want to give us the best they can. So after this big investment in our education, is our duty to really show them and prove them that their investment was successful and was worth it. So I encourage you all to succeed and to always give what is best of you and to never give up. So grazie mamma, grazie papà, grazie Antonio, grazie Maria, grazie Henry, grazie Sam for always believing in me and for always being there. I would also like to thank all my new friends, my new big family, if I can call it like this, and maybe even my new future colleagues for making this journey unforgettable. I have met so many different people from so many different countries that I didn't even know existed. So I have gotten to know all your different cultures, and I really love to spend these 3 years and a half with you. They have been extremely fun and, without exaggerating, easily the best years of my life. So I really keep all of you in my heart. I hope to see you all around the globe, and please continue spreading all your happiness and smile everywhere you go. And lastly, I would like to specifically thank a very special person that I've met here, and it's a person that, in my opinion, represents what Les Roches is really about. A person that inspires you from the very first moment you meet them, and it puts your head straight away where it needs to be when coming to Les Roches. And definitely it's a person that I will never forget. I am talking about you, Mr. Gibbet. You have been really more than a teacher to me and probably to most of us. And I have to say that my first weeks here, when I was rushing down from my room to be on time for the roll call, I would pray I had all my mise en place, because you scared the hell out of me. So luckily for me, my beard has never been a problem, as it wouldn't grow. But I wouldn't have liked to be on Nima's or Bruno's shoes if I didn't have shaved before roll call. Anyway, after all the time spent in Les Roches, I have seen your big heart, and I really want to thank you for supporting me all along these 3 years. And yes, before you say it, don't worry, I think this will be the last time you'll have to remind me about cutting my hair. So now, to finish, I would like to thank coronavirus, actually, to make us realize what are the things that really matter in life, making us miss so many things during this past year. And still, we have found our ways to have fun and have fun all together. So my sincere congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Family, friends, alumni, and the class of 2021. My name is Mariam, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm from Libya, and the events of the world have allowed me to adopt a few cultures around the world. The past 3 years and a half have opened my eyes most to the world. This last one was especially difficult to witness. Last year, we collectively witnessed a global pandemic, a racial pandemic, and a worldwide expression of outrage unfold before us. Police brutality rates reaching an all-time high, the wildfires in Australia and Brazil, the Beirut explosion, the concentration camps in China, decades of white supremacy, SARS in Nigeria, and Zionism and the famine in Yemen, the injustices of the world are endless. and they all stem from the same general misuse of greed and power. That although it pains me to say, we are all used to it by now. Regardless of each of our personal political opinions on any matter, it's important to remind ourselves that people are suffering and that lives are being taken. My biggest revelation was the power of opportunity. Every person watching this is more fortunate than 80% of the human population. A lot of us were born into fortune and opportunity, but forget not that the majority of people in the world were not as lucky. I want to talk to you guys about opportunity. My family and I had the opportunity to flee Libya in 2011, a few months after the civil war struck. Other families weren't as lucky. I'm more than certain that there are girls my age with twice as much dedication and talent, and with minds that can come up with concepts that could probably change the world. But instead, they worry about what their families will eat. They rush to study as much as they can before the electricity cuts, and they do their finals in the dark using their flashlights. I don't know why this is my life and that is theirs, but what I do know is the power of opportunity. Every day for us holds endless opportunity to be the best version of ourselves, to be the voice for those who are voiceless, to come in aid of those who need it the most, and to live every day in empathy. One of the biggest tragedies of our generation is the indifference, the apathy, and the lack of empathy in our daily lives. To empathize is to wholeheartedly believe that nothing separates you from another person's misfortune except the sheer luck of birth and circumstance. And I urge you to remind yourselves often that this opportunity you've been given is a blessing and to please use it wisely. If you'll allow me, I would now like to express an intensity of gratitude. First and foremost, I would like to direct a few words to my late mother, who passed away a few years, well, 1 year before I started my journey here at Roches. Allah yarhamuk wa yaghfir lak. Thank you for showing me what it means to give benevolently and for teaching me never to sell myself short. The light you've left is what shines to guide my life, and all that I am is because of all that you were. To my father, thank you for showing me that life will throw things at you and strip you off everything you know and love. But it's all about the way that you wake up the next day, the way that you show up in the world, and the way you move forward in spite of it. You are a superhero, and thank you for being my best friend. To my brothers, Kareem, Ali, and Adam, thank you for being my most honest critiques, my strongest drive for success, and my biggest supporters. You are love, you are light, you are resilience, and you are respect, and I love you. To the family I chose, you have lit up my life in words difficult to explain. I would not have chosen any better individuals to share this experience with. To know you is to love you. Thank you for helping me help people. Thank you for showing me that family is much, much more than the blood that runs through your veins. Shukran. To Hassan Jibet, you are kindness, you are Roches Marbella, you are home. Thank you for showing me that regardless of the darkness, the sun will shine tomorrow, and that alone is something worth smiling about. Thank you for seeing the best in me before I saw it in myself. You've definitely paved my way to living a life of use to others, and for that, I'm forever indebted to you. Thank you. Finally, to the graduating class of 2021, I congratulate you for all that you've achieved and all that you've grown from. I also thank you for what you're yet to do in the world. I have the utmost faith in all of your successes, regardless of what the word means to you. I want to take this moment to remind you of your impact, to tell you that no act is too little, that everything we do and everything we say, both the good and the bad, the big or the small, does make a difference and does contribute to a greater system. I ask you to be bold. I ask you to have courage to express and to allow the expression of others. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Family, friends, faculty, alumni, and the class of 2021. My name is Sebastian Vicens, and I'm here to address you in the best possible way that I can. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity and for trusting me to speak in front of the people you care about the most. And thank you, Giovanni and Mariam, for your words. I'd like you to remember that this speech is for you. regardless if we're close friends, if we met at a party, if we worked on a project together, or if you occasionally make eye contact, or even if you have no idea who I am. This is our moment of recognition. Congratulations to the class of 2021. It's time to celebrate and be proud of your accomplishment. It's time to let go of the difficulties and conflicts that we had during this journey. Let's not let that hinder our happiness. Let's not let that stop us from feeling satisfied with ourselves, for being the fortunate minority of individuals that can say that we graduated from an institution of higher education. Let's learn from our mistakes and show the world how rich in passion and talent the graduating class of 2021 is. Every single person that I've had the pleasure to meet has something to offer. We're blessed enough to be in an industry where we experience cultural diversity firsthand. Take this and run with it, soak it in, expand your knowledge, travel. Take in what you can, but don't forget to share what you have too. Appreciate the people around you, but most importantly, let the people around you appreciate you. Share your music, your interests, your food, your language, and remember that if you open up to people, they'll probably open up to you too. Let's all agree to guide our lives towards the goal of happiness. In the end, what's the point of anything if you're not caring for yourself or the ones you love? I feel like I have found what I love to do, and I hope you have too. If hospitality, as broad as it is not for you, do not be afraid to change that. Be grateful that we can choose to guide our lives in a direction that fulfills us and lets us meet our ambitions. Find your purpose, and don't get frustrated if it takes a while. We're young, all of us, so let's stay young at heart. I would also like to end on a personal note of gratitude. Thank you to my father, Jorge, for being a figure to look up to and being my reference in ethics and dedication. Thank you to my mother, Ana, for choosing me as her son and inspiring me to choose this career path that has made me so content. Thank you to my brother, Esteban, and my sister, Lucia, for being two of the most polar opposites in my life and giving me the most colorful memories in my childhood. Thank you to all my close friends for being the family that I chose and for your never-ending motivation to be myself. While I still have your attention, family, friends, faculty, and alumni, please join me in addressing my graduating class for one last time. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Congratulations to the class of 2021.
The closing ceremony of the 33rd class of the Bachelor of Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management of Roches Marbella has now officially concluded.
Congratulations to all of you. Beautiful, beautiful graduation we've had today. To our graduates, to our students, and from today, alumni forever. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to the president of the La Roche Alumni Association, Mr. Andre Niederman, who together with the entire alumni community are welcoming all of you to your new family.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Graduates, you did it. You're finally there. You persevered through the most challenging of times.
And this just shows us that you will all go on to achieve great things.
And it's wonderful to know that the future of hospitality is secure in your safe hands.
We, the Alumni Association and wider community,
are behind you every step of the way
as you enter this new chapter of your lives.
Your strengths,
determination and resilience
are what got you through the past few years.
But it is the knowledge that you have gained which will allow you to handle this recovery with grace and carve your path in this world.
No matter where you land, be sure that over 13,000 Les Roches alumni are in your corner, and we will all see you through. Les Roches is not just a school, it's a way of life. And this sentiment has proven over time that the support is at our fingertips.
We are here for you.
And I'd like to say,
Herzlich willkommen.
Swada,
أهلا وسهلا.
Willkommen.
welcome.
迎回台湾.
Vanakkam.
أهلا وسهلا.
Jambo sana.
Bienvenidos.
Välkommen.
歡迎.
Bem-vindos.
أهلا وسهلا.
Welcome. Benvenuto. Добре дошли.
Välkommen.
Namaste.
Bienvenidos.
To the Les Roches Alumni Association.
Welcome and congratulations once again. Thank you very much for joining me today in this beautiful ceremony. And for those of you that are here, I'll see you in a little while in Marseille. Take care, everyone, and my best wishes to everyone.